Nunam, indeed, hey, certainly, Arya, those who are advancing in civilization, Sadhava, saintly person, Pasamam Silaha, even though completely in the renounced order of life, Kripana Suhidaha, the friends of the helpless, Evam Vidya Arte, to execute such principles, Swartana, even their own personal interests. Guru Taram, very important. Upachante, neglect. Translation, even though one is in the renounced order, one who is advanced certainly feels compassion for suffering living entities. One should certainly neglect his own personal interests, although they may be very important to protect one who has surrendered. Even though one is in the renounced order, one who is advanced certainly feels compassion for suffering living entities. One should certainly neglect his own personal interests, although they may be very important to protect one who has surrendered. Purport by Divine Grace Desi Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada. Maya is very strong. In the name of philanthropy, altruism and communism, people are feeling compassion for the suffering humanity throughout the world. Philanthropists and altruists do not realize that it is impossible to improve people's material condition. Material conditions are already established by the superior administration according to one's karma. They cannot be changed. The only benefit we can render to suffering beings is to try to raise them to the spiritual consciousness. Material comforts cannot be increased or decreased. It is therefore said in the Srimad Bhagavatam 1.5.18, Tal lapyate dukkhavat anyataha sukham. As far as material happiness is concerned, that comes without effort, just as tribulation comes without effort. Material happiness and pain can be attained without endeavor. One should not bother for material activities. If one is at all sympathetic or able to do good to others, he should endeavor to raise people to Krishna consciousness. In this way, everyone advances spiritually by the grace of the Lord. For our instruction, Bharat Maharaj acted in such a way. We should be very careful not to be misled by so-called welfare activities conducted in bodily terms. To this point. One should not give up his interest in attaining the favor of Lord Vishnu at any cost. Generally, people do not know this or they forget it. Consequently, they sacrifice their original interest, attainment of Vishnu's favor, and engage in philanthropic activities for bodily comfort. Pamagyanatimirandasya Jananandinasalakaya Srijanjalitamyanakasya Chaitanya Satrisamyena Bhutale Vandeham Sri Guru Sri Kapada Kamala Sri Guru Vaishnava Srihopam Sagajatam Sagana Raghunatham Vikuntam Sri Shadvitam Jamadudam Parinamse Radha Krishna Param Sagana Valita Sri Shakam
He Krishna Karuna Sindhu Dīnabandhu Jagatpate
Gopesha Gopika Radha Tapta Krishna Gaurami Sri Radha Shavana
Namo Vishnu Padaya Krishna Prestaya Bhutale Srimate Bhaktivedanta Swami Namaste
Namaste Saraswati Devi Gauravani Nirvishesha Sunyavadi Jai
Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Shri Vasari Gaura Bhaktavrinda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Rama Hare Hare.
So thank you very much joining in our Srimad Bhagavatam class. So you can see how much Bharat Maharaj was in illusion. He started even thinking that he is justifying his uh, pursuit in trying to look after the deer. So he was completely bewildered that he's quoting this verse today, that even if you are renowned, you should see this. Even though one is in the renowned order, one will just one certainly feel compassion for suffering living entity. This statement is true. You understand? It is not they don't feel compassion. Saintly personalities always feel compassion for the fallen soul. But here, he has taken it in another context. He is feeling compassion for the deer. And he says one should certainly neglect his own personal interests, although they may be very important to protect one who has surrendered. How the deer has surrendered to him. The deer went to him and surrendered to him. See how he has become, completely attached to the animal. Because if you take this whole statement and change it to spiritual context, then yes, then it's a different purport to all to that. But when you do this on the context of material attachment for some mundane thing, then it ruins you spiritually. You understand? Yeah? Anything that is attached to the senses brings you a downfall. Right? There's a word there, I think, Bhagavad Gita. Those who are attached to Bhoga and Aishwarya, then the resolute determination of devotional service does not take place. So you see, material attachment is very dangerous. That once you get into it, then you lose your intelligence. Explained here also. See here in this verse, Vishayan dhyayata chittam Vishayeshu vishajyate Mama anusmaranta chittam Mayeva viliyate. The mind of one meditating upon the objects of sense gratification is certainly entangled in such objects. But if one constantly remembers me, then the mind is absorbed in me. These are two things that works here. So he was constantly thinking of the material sense gratification. And he becomes entangled in such. It doesn't mean that you can engage in material consciousness. You become what? Detached. Like some school of philosophy, they teach in order to become free from sense gratification, you enjoy sense gratification to the ultimate. It doesn't work. If you put fire in ghee, you put ghee in fire, it will only keep what? Of course, unless you pour a whole lot of ghee, then you extinguish the fire. But their philosophy is, you understand? I think it in the third chapter of the Bhagavad Gita, Krishna says also about this sense gratification. Yes, if you keep enjoying the senses, then it binds you. Correct? You cannot become detached from sense gratification if you keep enjoying them. It doesn't. So you can see how here meditating on the senses, it binds us. Therefore, one should reject all material processes of elevation which are like the mental creation of a dream, and should completely absorb one's mind in me. By constantly thinking of me, one becomes purified. So this is different consciousness. One who keeps thinking of material sense gratification gets conditioned. But whereas one who thinks of Krishna, he becomes hello? Becomes purified. Understand? That's why Krishna is called Apapa Vidhi. You know that? Apapa Vidhi. Do you know? This Apapa Vidhi. Do you know? Should have spent 4 years studying here rather than going to school there. Right? Apapa Vidhi, Ishopanishad, Mantra 8, I think. Yeah? You go there, you will see the word Apapa Vidhi. The Lord is addressed as Aniswaram, that means it's got no wings, and is Apapa Vidhi. That means he purifies everything. What? Prabhupada used the English word, what do you call it? Aposthetic, is it? Prophylactic. That means it has the potency to purify. Not only it is pure, it also, anything come in contact will also become purified. Prophylactic. So you can see how powerful the Lord is. So that's why we are recommended to be thinking of the Lord. Right? So if you keep thinking of the Lord, then this material attachment will be nullified. Whereas here in this case, he was thinking of the Lord. Then he switched his thinking to the thinking of the deer. So instead of getting purified, he became entangled, conditioned, and he fell down. See how dangerous it is to become attached to material sense gratification. It is not very conducive. As we explained last class, that jayate vishaya pumsam sangu sanjayate kama krodha vijayate. So on and on it goes. So that's why Maya is not something that you can take, as Prabhupada says in the book, very lightly. You cannot take Maya very, because once you get entangled with Maya, then like today, you see, he is speaking about how he should feel compassionate. They are surrendered to me. When did the deer surrender to him? That's the question. See how he is what? Speculating. You follow? So he's justifying his so-called fall down. You follow? No, I am giving shelter to this woman. No, she came to me. I'm now the guru. It goes. You follow? So the original purpose is lost. That's why you cannot compromise on this one point. Your what? Your spiritual what? Attachment to the Lord, your spiritual growth, your spiritual advancement cannot be compromised at any cost. At no. Just like what's his name? He gave up his guru, Bali Maharaj. He didn't compromise. His guru said, no, don't go. He says, I reject it. Right? Because emotion is a very, what we say, strong thing that can bewilder you. Just like here, he got bewildered because of his emotional attachment for the deer. So Maya is like that. Maya can what? Induce that emotion. Especially attachment to women. Especially when the woman start crying, hello, finish. No, how can I forsake? Woman's weapon is a what?
Right.
Understand, those who have been living with the woman, they know. Okay? How they break your heart. Finish. No matter how you spiritually you finish. Understand? So, Maya is so strong. That's why you need to have very strong, like Prabhupada said, if we had a guru and consulted, he could have come out of this easily. That's how Prabhupada is explaining. So expert. So if you have an advanced association, then yes, just like I gave the example, Vyasadeva, he was feeling despondent. Why? I don't feel good, I wrote all the books, and why? Immediately his guru came, you never described the glories of the Lord, you made a big mistake. Yes, I will now, you follow. So we need always to have what? Guru or we cannot understand the Guru's instruction, you go to someone who can help. So that association is very, very important. Very important and important. Because it can cut. This is explained here. Well, it's here. The devotees of the Lord, peacefully fixed in the absolute knowledge, are the ultimate shelter for those who are repeatedly rising and falling within the fearful ocean of material life. Such devotees are just like a strong boat that come to rescue persons who are at the point of drowning. So you see how, I never say, of course, you cannot go to the Lord directly. That's not possible. You have to go through. Why he never say here the demigods are the. Why he didn't say here demigods are the ultimate shelter? What? Hello? Why he said devotees? Huh? Many of them they run to the demigods. Correct? Especially I was in India. Wow, one side is Ganesh Puja, another side is Durga Puja, this side is Shiva Puja, everywhere. Huh? But why here in this verse? He never says the devotees of the Lord, peacefully fixed in their absolute knowledge, are the ultimate shelter for those repeatedly rising, falling within the fearful ocean of material life. Why? Why? Huh? Why? Because demigods have got vested interests. Here, the devotees of the Lord fixed in the absolute knowledge. They are fixed. Unless you are fixed in absolute knowledge, you cannot give shelter. It's not that you become guru and you start, no. You have to become what? Servant of the Lord. You follow this point? Yeah? You must become, in other words, the pure devotee. Then yes, you can give shelter to the condition. And that's real compassion. The compassion that he is talking about is mundane compassion. Trying to give compassion to some animal, he thought that he surrendered to him and all speculation. But real compassion is this, and unless you are fixed at the lotus feet of the Lord, how you can give shelter to the others? Can. See? Such devotees are just like strong boats. They're like what? Strong boats. You understand? It's not that, they are weak, shaking. If you are shaking, can you give shelter to others? Huh? Like Prabhupada gives the example, like catching the dog's tail and trying to swim over the ocean by catching the dog's tail. Can you do it? Huh? This is there in which fifth canto. Huh? So you cannot try to swim by catching a dog's tail. You have to take strong boats. Strong? Who's that strong boat? Who? Dog. Dog's tail. Who's the strong boat? Huh? Who? The soul. Huh? Pure devotee. So this is the criteria. So we have to understand this, And they can save you. How do they save you? What is this strong boat? because they are fixed in the lotus feet of the Lord, they can give you the instruction how you can come out of your. Like now, if Bharat, what's his name, Bharat Maharaj, if he had a strong personality, hey, what are you doing? Stupid. You are getting attached to this crazy animal. Huh? Like many of us, they come to us and ask, Prabhu, I want to keep a dog in my house. Right? What would your advice be? Oh, very good, Prabhu, you deliver the animal. Is that what you will tell him? What would you tell him? Huh? What would you say? What would you say if someone approach you and say, I want to keep a dog? What would you say? Make sure you buy a license for him. Huh? In Singapore, you get a fine. You know? What do you say? Huh? You will definitely say, this is dangerous. Why? Because if you get attached to the dog, the next life you will become a dog. Yes. So you will warn. Like here, if you had warned Bharat Maharaj, I'm sure he would have been safe from taking two more births. Correct? Yes? Yes? Right? So you see how innate. Well, why didn't he think about it? Why didn't he think? Yeah, he says one in the renounced order and thinking of Krishna all the time. And why he did not think about this thing? You mean to say he doesn't know? Actually, when he was put into the body of a deer, he then reflected on his what? His action. What kind of nonsense I am? I mean, I was doing all this spiritual program and I'm got attached to this crazy deer. Because he woke up by the moon. What was that? He got, because he got caught on the body of a deer, and he saw his position, what happened, and because he had, Krishna made him remember the past life. You see, that's Krishna's mercy on him. Right? So why did I? If you become attached to the animal, then you become an animal. You follow? You learn the hard way. But if you had guidance from an authorized, as you say, a pure devotee, then would that happen to you? Huh? Would that happen to you? That's why I see how important it is in our life that we need somebody like that. Because we are constantly what? Rising and falling. Is it not? Huh? Is it? Because we are going up, going down, falling down. We don't know what to do, what not to do. Yes? So therefore we need a strong person who is fixed at the lotus feet of the Lord, able to help us. But if you have no guru, then who is your guru? The mind becomes your. Yes? Who is your guru? Your mind is your guru? Huh? Your mind is your guru. What? The mind is his devotee. Come on. Who's his guru? Who's the guru? Huh? What? I cannot hear you. You have to speak up.
Devotee.
Who is the devotee? Who? Very vague. Who is the guru, Prabhu? That's it. Fix up. Yes? How to go to Prabhupada? That's another question. Huh? How do you go to Prabhupada? You have to have association of. devotees who can take you to. So you see how these instructions are so relevant. Because if we try to tame this mind without the help of a powerful personality, then it cannot happen. It cannot. For the very fact that we are taking birth shows that we have been fooled by our mind, correct? Talking about, Bharat Maharaj, he took birth as a deer. We also took birth, right? We were what, angels, is it? Or maybe we descended to save the conditioned soul, is it? Huh? Come on, we also made the big blunder, correct? Except fortunately we are given a chance now. That is the advantage. But that doesn't mean anything less, right? It means that we are what? Conditioned itself because of our whimsically listening to the mind. Are you prepared to again take direction from your mind? Yes. So who you want to take direction from? Huh? Who is the guru? Who is the guru? What? We have to be specific. Who is the guru? He's not an impersonal person, right? Who is the guru? Who? Very good. So that should be a commitment. That's why the word surrender is there. The word? Huh? You cannot try to go to Guru without surrendering. That's absurd. That's what? You follow? So there has to be some spiritual contract that yes, I am the same point that Arjuna made. Now I am a soul surrendered to you. You please order me. I'm a disciple and I soul surrendered to you. You order me now. What should I do? That was condition. That what? Condition. Made by who? Krishna. Made by who? The disciple. The conditioned soul. He has to open the mouth and say that. Yes, I am a soul surrendered to you and I want to be your. You please order me. You please what? Order. Not that you speak sweet talk to me. Order means what? Chastising. And immediately Krishna chastised, speaking big words. You are fool. You don't know nothing. Anarya Justam, is it? The same word here today. Aryan, yes. Aryan is not a race, Aryan is a what? Yeah? It's a culture. It is a what? Culture. Anyone who is advancing spiritually is termed as an Aryan. It's not some kind of race. Yeah? Hitler thought he was the Aryan race. Not. You follow? So we must be learning how to make this commitment. And unless our hands are burned, how we will do that? Huh? If our hands are not burned, how will we surrender? Huh? That's why the word is repeatedly rising and falling. Unless you understand that we are repeatedly rising and falling and I need help, then there's no need for Guru. Correct? You follow? So therefore, to know you are rising and falling, even to know you are rising and falling, you need some help to tell you. Usually they go to the third class person, the astrologer, and he will prescribe some so-called remedies. But these are all temporary measures, right? They were temporary. The real measure is to take shelter of a pure devotee. That's why you see here in this verse. These are all temporary. My devotees are the only refuge of person fearful of falling into miserable condition. Uh, they can what? Enlighten you. This is a very important word, this one. My devotees bestow divine eyes, whereas the sun allows only external sight. That only when is risen in the sky. My devotees are one real worshipable deities and real family. They are one's own self, and ultimately they are non-different from me. So I hear the importance of having devotee association is so relevant. Otherwise, you can interpret your emotion and try to be what? Thinking that my compassion to this animal is so important. It has come to me. It has surrendered to me. How can I forsake? Huh? You understand? So therefore, we have to know what is our real interest. What is our real interest? Jivere Swarupa hoy, Krishna re. That is our real interest. Our real interest is to redeem our connection with the. Anything short of that should be rejected. Should be dangerous. Dangerous. You understand? Playing with fire is dangerous because you can get burned. You can get burned. You see, the example here is so valid because he was very advanced stage of devotional service. In fact, he said he was having hair standing and tears was coming. These are symptoms of one who had got bound. Even then, he neglected his duty, emotionally got attached to a phone, and then he started quoting scriptural evidences. You see, the animal has surrendered to me. I mean, although I have many important work to do, but it has come. My priority is to save this. See how dangerous this kind of consciousness is. So therefore, we should be very careful. At no time we should try to become, take shelter of our mind. Take shelter of our mind. Because mind means emotion. Yeah, correct? Mind means sense gratification. Then emotion, everything comes. And in this way, he get trapped and he fell down. Of course, later on verses will show you how he was gone. Very subtly, very quickly he drifted away. And that is how the mind works, very fast. And this way, his spiritual program got wrapped up, and he had to take another birth. He became a deer. Luckily for him, Krishna gave him uh, the intelligence. Oh, what did I do? This time he was very careful. He went in the body of a deer back to the same place, stayed there, eating only dry grasses, practicing austerity, waiting for his time to go. Then he took birth as Jada. This time he was overly careful. I am not going to be compromising. He didn't even want to go to school. Hello? He didn't. He didn't go to school. He was so careful. Understand? He behaved like a dull and dumb. And people will ignore him. But he did not forget all the spiritual instructions. Okay? Very carefully, this time he maintained his spiritual standard. He did not get attached to anything, neglected all. so-called material qualification and standards, fixed his mind on serving the Lord, and then he went back to garbage. So that's how we should become very focused. Anything short of that should be rejected. You understand? No, I've got family duties and I've got, work responsibility and Prabhu, I've got so many work to do. No? Therefore, I can neglect my spiritual duty. Yes? Can we think like that? Huh? Can. That's how Maya works. That's how Maya works. Maya will always say, no, you have to take care, all this, they're dependent on me and how can I neglect? Sridhar Maharaj, the one who commenting on that, he wanted to leave his family, but he got married and got a wife. And then they had a child, and then the wife died. He thought he can leave now and wife, but the wife left the son, child. Now you see how to become detached for the child. See how is attached. Then while he was thinking like this, he saw one baby lizard, it fell. Just took birth and it fell. And then he saw the lizard. And in a little while the lizard just flicked his tongue and then food, and got an insect in it. And said, oh, you know how to take care of myself. Okay. He left the child and he took the renowned God. Anyway, people who are materialistic, they say, oh, how he can do like this, baby, he gave up and, how no responsibility and, correct? Always there's two sides of a coin. But because he did it for higher purpose, that is to serve the Lord, this thing is accepted. Unless you serve the Lord, then yes. But if you are renouncing to serve your senses, and that is condemned. That is. So our whole purpose in our attachment and all is to dovetail our action towards Krishna. And we have got some saving grace. But if we are going to become attached and thinking these responsibilities are very important, then we will become overwhelmed. Where do you draw a line? Right? As I said, one got married, then he got a child. Where he will go on? Correct? Yes. Just like the story of the brahmachari who the guru gave him the ashram and asked him to look after. He had one copin. You know the story? I'm sure you don't know, right? You know? Don't know again. Right? He had only one copin. It was in the water waiting for it to dry. Huh? Correct? Then long process, how long to sit in the water? Very miserable. So he went to ask some materialistic person, what should I do? So you get another book. Smart idea. So he got another book. Then he used one but one is drying, the mouse was coming. And he said, what to do now? The mouse is coming. He went back again and asked for advice. He said, no, you get a cat. Good idea. So he got the cat. Right? So when he got the cat, he was trying to do his puja and meditating and the cat was meowing. Say, come on, I thought you peaceful, the cat will look after the rat and this way everything is nice, but the cat is making a mess. Then what he did? He got advice. No, you cat need milk. How to get milk? You get a cow. Oh, okay, he got the cow. Send the cow, gave the milk to keep the cat happy. Then it worked against the mouse, correct? Then the cow started moving, becoming restless. Now, what to do with this? No, you have to get a wife. Wife. Yeah, you take. Then he got married. Understand? Then you see how is attachment. And married wife, what? Cannot sit and meditate? How to meditate? Go work. Yeah. You understand the story now? And then working, and then his guru came back and he saw his whole ashram, he became like a house. Wife, children running around, everything. No more ashram, finish. You see how the attachment, overwhelming. So therefore, we have to learn how to become detached. Human life is meant for austerity, tapasya. You don't have this austerity, and very difficult for you to get idea of renunciation. Explained here in this verse. Anyone whose work is not meant to elevate him to religious life, anyone whose ritualistic performance do not raise him to renunciation, anyone situated in renunciation does not lead him to devotional service to the Supreme Personality of Godhead must be considered dead, although he is breathing. The conclusion. But whatever we do, we have to make sure that it is leading us to a favorable spiritual situation, devotional situation. We're not going to do that, then it's going to be sad news. Because Maya, as today's verse, so important. He's saying, no, they are surrendered to me. I have to take care. No, I cannot. How can I neglect? Although I'm very important man, I got many important things to do. But this is, you see how? Mind became bewildered. And therefore, our priority is to become Krishna conscious. Anything short of that should be what? Neglected. Cannot justify it. Right? So one have to learn how to become spiritually. You can only do that if you take shelter of the devotees of the. Otherwise, you will become bewildered. You become. Attachment can be very overwhelming. Material attachment can be very overwhelming. And that's it again and again. Fall down. Right? So, okay, any questions or comments on this point?
deer helpless. When you see the deer helpless in that situation, if we were being in that situation, we see an animal in a helpless situation, like then what would be our action?
I mean, you can always carry the deer and put into the herd of all the deers. That's what they do. They look after some time when it can move already, then they just bring it and leave it again in the forest again, let him run around with the other deer. I mean, if you're intelligent, you make some adjustment, not that you become overly attached like him. No, 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 I am the father now of this little animal. Come on. Correct? Okay, you can be, but you neglect your spiritual duty. That is even worse. Right? That's why we get entangled. We don't talk about the deer now, we talk about the family situation. You get inside and you neglect your spiritual duties, then what's your position? It's not this different from this. And that's what? You got some problem? You like to put your hand on the head? You're getting into this kind of ashram? Hello? You understand? You see how dangerous? So alluring. Huh? When you enter it, then what happens? Spiritual discipline gets compromised. Spiritual discipline gets compromised. You understand? It's not a joke. I've seen over the years. Yeah, I get married. Yeah, that's in the what? First year coming every day Mangala. After that, what is it something Mangala? Forget. You what? Forget there's something like that. Yes. And then not only that, you justify. Like here today, you justify emotion. No, no, child is sick, father is sick, mother is sick. I couldn't sleep all night. You justify. Many justification, Prabhu. Then what? Compromise. And then what? No, no, no. Mangalarti once a year, okay. What? Guru Puja one day. Guru Punyam. One day you do Mangalarti. That's it. Yeah? Yeah? So when you get into that, then fall down is what? Mamcha vyabacharena bhakti yogena sevate saguna samadhitaitan brahma bhuyaya unfailingly. What is the word unfailingly mean? Failing. What does unfailing means? Huh? What is sleep? Unfailing means sleep. What it means? As you are determined, whatever it is, you are what? You are up there. No compromising. No what? That should be the thing. So if as a brahmachari you practice the discipline and you are very fixed, even if you go into this ashram, you will still become fixed. But if you are wavering, then how are you going to get strength? There will be many, many reasons for you to compromise. Seemingly good reasons. And you will be swept away. You will be what? That's why brahmachari is staying where? At home. Brahmachari stay where? Where? Temple. No, you staying where? Where you stay? Even at home, see how many times you come? Correct? Now you are coming. What time is now? What is the time now? Mangalarti, 10 o'clock. Mangalarti, 10 o'clock. What time Mangalarti? What are you doing? What are you doing? Understand? This is how it goes. And before you know it, that's it. Never mind, Prabhu. Next life I'll try. Next life you're going to try. Right? Hopefully you get a next life, but yes, correct. That's why we have to become uncompromising towards our spiritual standards. There's no compromise. We have to become very much fixed up. Then, yes, many challenges will come and you overcome them. Right? That's what his name, Raghunath Das Goswami, he practiced regulative principle like line drawn on a stone. You know, when you draw a line on the stone, it cannot be erased. That kind of a determination. Fixed up. Do or die. I have to do this. I cannot find reasons for not doing it. There's no reason, no good reason. Unless you get a heart, even heart attack, you still can grow. Yeah? That should be your Prabhupada, his standard that if you don't come for Mangala Arati, then please don't come and eat prasad. That's the standard. If you don't come, then don't eat alone. You know what you like to eat? What do you like to eat? Huh? Noodle. What? Noodle. What you meant? Noodles. Hello. Make sure you don't eat, alright? Okay? Understand? That's the standard. Just like you see, Bhakti Siddhanta, the moment he was told, mango has come, how can you eat mango without offering? And immediately the whole life he never eat mango. Acharya, this is Acharya principle. Understand? As a child, he's not eating, but the problem. But he took it so seriously. I cannot do this, I will not eat mango whole life. Similarly, if we cannot practice our principle, then we should have some kind of atonement. No, I am not going to eat today. I fast. So that I will not do it again tomorrow. And otherwise, how you become serious? Even never mind. Then this never mind will become habit. Yes. Why this is stress above all things, the morning program? Because if you don't do the morning program, spiritually you cannot grow. It's not possible to grow spiritually if you don't do a morning program. It's not possible. You can give a million reasons, but if you don't, it's not possible at all. Yes, you make an experiment. If you push yourself, you'll see. Understand? Because ultimately you are pleasing who? Krishna and Guru. And where is Krishna sitting? In the heart. Yes, and he is observing. Oh, good. Understand? Now we get the inspiration. I am sitting in the heart and I am giving you the intelligence, the knowledge and the... If you want the forgetfulness, I will make you forget. Correct? That's love. Yes. How many millions of lifetimes we have forgotten? And now by mercy of Guru we have got a chance. Again we want to forget. Must be a real fool. Yes? Yes or no? That should be our determination. No. I'm going. Whatever it is. So this is how we become strong. If we don't push ourselves, then how you can become strong? Yes. And going to be many problems in your life. It's not that you're coming here, you're not going to have any problem. Krishna said this place is a miserable place. And in this miserable place, The only way you can cross is, as I have shown you, to become thinking of Krishna. Correct? Yes? How are you going to do that? How? That's why this morning program, whatever happens in the morning, it is like fresh start. It's a what? Fresh start. And you switch yourself on and you see all these problems will disappear. I mean, make an experiment. Understand? You may have tons of problems. Who doesn't have? But the moment you come and switch yourself on, you will see immediately so many things Krishna will work out for you. That's the power of God. Because all these things are modes of material nature. The modes of, then you transcend and you can see things very clearly. You can see what? Not only see things, you can also, these problems get what? Filtered out by the power of your transcending the modes of material nature. There is a solution. The solution is to cross this mind. There's no other solution. What is the solution? What is Krishna conscious? Krishna conscious means what? You cross over the modes of material nature. Automatically, you become purified. You understand? That's why we recommend do that. Wake up, chant. See how you become very, very focused. And nothing can shake you. That's the worst. Even in the midst of the greatest problem, you're not shaken. You're not. But if you are not Krishna conscious and you are put into this problem, then you start questioning the whole program. Oh, ever since I came to Krishna conscious, nothing but problems. Huh? It's how the mind, just like today, it gets emotion. No, I think I Krishna conscious not for me. Huh? You understand? So you start having what? Negative kind of consciousness. And that's dangerous because that will lead to your fall down. You understand? And where you fall down means what? What? Again, taking birth. Not necessarily human. Are you prepared to take that risk? That's why staying in the neophyte level is very dangerous. Very dangerous. Just start thinking, ever since Prabhu I started chanting, and only thing I got is problems. You understand? Yeah. But if you are Krishna conscious, even you get problems, you sail through. You what? You brush it aside. Cannot shaken, even in the midst of, you take out that verse, what is that? 6 what? Yasmin sito na duke na guruna api vichalyate. This line, is that? When situated in such a position, one is never shaken, even in the midst of greatest difficulty. This Maya has no more what? Maya has no more. You understand this point? To come to this stage, actually spiritually, you understand? You cannot come to this if you don't take shelter of your. It's not possible. Yeah, explain here also. O my mother, virtuous lady, these are the qualities of great devotees who are free from all attachment. You must seek attachment to such holy man, for this counteracts the pernicious effects of material attachment. See this point here? Huh? What does pernicious mean? What is the meaning of this pernicious? Huh? What? Huh?
Dangerous.
Dangerous. Dangerous effects of material attachment. Huh?
Harmful.
Harmful. Yes. Pernicious. Something not nice anyway, correct? Yes? So please try to think, do not enter into any form of contract with Maya. Hello? Do not enter in any form of contract with Maya. Not attending the morning program is entering into a contract with, because you are slipping down from the mode of transcendental goodness and going down to the modes of material nature. And Krishna said, that's your enemy. That's your, not my words. Whose words? Not attending the program means compromising with, I don't know. Yes. You understand? So don't become whimsical. Don't ever give any room to let Maya what? Take over. I should become very strict. Yes.
Sometimes even if we come regularly from Mangalarti and stuff,
You should speak up.
sometimes even if we come regularly, we tend to get distracted throughout the day.
You go what?
We tend to get distracted throughout the day.
Distracted. How you get distracted if you come from Mangala? I know you get distracted if you don't come from Mangala.
I mean, even if you come like day to day, you might have some thoughts and I mean, there will be some distractions.
How to get distraction when you come and do a spiritual program? Something is strange, Prabhu. Just now we read, right? One who taking shelter of this program, he transcended mind. Yes? So how if you're transcending Maya, then you can get distracted into Maya? How does it work? Hello? I want to know. Unless you read a new scripture. Prabhu, if you come Banglate, I get distracted. Is it something strange statement? Huh? You may get tired, that may be a fact. I don't say no. Right? But that cannot be distraction. I admit you take rest. Yeah? How you get distracted? What is your definition for distraction? Huh? How does it? Maybe you're not using the right word. What is you trying to imply?
Like,
If you attend this thing, morning program, it saves you, correct? Yes? It saves you from degradation. Understand? How you can become out of focus? I don't know. I don't see that relevant. Yes? In fact, if you don't do it, then yes, you will become distracted. You become? But by following this, you cannot become distracted. Anyone who's in the transcendental consciousness cannot be disturbed by the modes of material nature. Cannot. There's no question. Understand? Are you following? Of course, if you go and voluntarily associate with non-devotees and you try to kind of take the association, then you're going to be in trouble. That's a fact. You follow? But if you're strongly situated in your morning discipline, then that carries you over. You understand that? It carries you, gives you strength. If you do not have that morning strong program, then there's a good chance you can sleep off. Dangerous. Yes? Hello? This is actually the solution. The solution is what? To come to goodness, and from goodness climb over to? But we are going direct. By serving the spiritual master, you cross over the mountain. By taking up this instruction, you also cross. You understand? You cannot get disturbed. You can only get disturbance if you start associating with the non-devotees. Then yes, you will become disturbed. You follow? In fact, you see now you come here, you do the program and all. If you don't, especially if you don't go, you work from home. Different, right?
Yes.
Now you work in office. Different? No different. Right? If you work from home and if you work from office, is there a difference? Why the difference? Why? Associating with the non-devotees. You understand? So when you associate with non-devotees, then you get mentally what? Contaminated. There are two kind of meat eaters. One who eat meat and one who associate with meat eaters. He also considered the meat eater. You understand? That pollutes the consciousness. That's why Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's instruction, Asat Sangatya, Vaishnav Achar. And he qualifies that Asat Sang, what? Stri Sangi, Stri Sangi, associating with women and associating with the non-devotee. Krishna Bhakta associating with the non-devotee. Who is not Krishna conscious. That's why consciousness is so fine that just by going and talking to these people, you get what? Implicated. You understand? They can be your big friend, but spiritually it's a no-go. Unless you keep yourself very spiritually strong. Right? So even then I see also, even how you strong, you go there, the moment you come back in the evening, your mind is so worked out. Correct? Yes or not? Why? Because the association, the vibration, everything affects. Right? That's why you have to come back and associate with devotees, and devotees talk to you, and immediately your mind. That's why you come here, everything becomes what? All the Maya is what? Finished. Moment you come into the association, the temple, everything. Correct? Yes or no? No. Huh? What is the magical thing? Because this place is transcendental. So material consciousness cannot in pain. Transcendental consciousness, not possible. Just now we read. You can only get purified if you keep your consciousness on Krishna. And that's why you chant Hare Krishna chanting. You follow. That is how it is, You're going here, you're becoming fired up, you go out there, you become screwed up. You come here again, you get fired up, you go out there, you get screwed up. This is how it is going up and down, up and down. Huh? Yes. But is it different? When you go out to preach, then no Maya touches you. Correct? Huh? Yes. Because why? Krishna is pleased. When you preach, Krishna becomes pleased. That's why Chaitanya Mahaprabhu says, Yare deka tareka Krishna. You preach, then you will be safe. If you don't preach, finish. Yes? Understand? We try to. That's our whole idea. I have made a mistake in my last life. I am not prepared to again do this mistake. That should be my determination. I am not going to fall for this again. I'm not. Right? Strictly for. That's the only solution. Right? Correct? Any other questions?
So this, and what kind of letters? For example, like we are all grastas now, going for work and also practicing the spiritual life. So what kind of letters need to take or consultation from the spiritual master?
You practice the morning program seriously. As Prabhupada said, there's a verse on that, 4:27, 13 or what? Is that? No, what? 4:27, 24 or something. I think it's 4:27. Yeah, 4:27, 24. And see here in the purport, Prabhupada is saying, according to the Vedic principle, one should rise early in the morning, take bath, chant Hare Krishna, offer Mangala to the deity, study Vedic literature, take prasad, and engage in dressing and decorating the deity. One must also collect money for the temple expenditures, or if one is a householder, he must go to work in the garden with the tribe duties of Brahmana, Kshatriya, Vaishya, Sudra. In this way, one should live a life of spiritual understanding, and this is the Vedic way of civilization. One who does not follow all these rules and regulations is called a Yavana, Malaksha. Yeah? So if you, as a householder, you maintain this regularly, then you got strength, You need strength to fight Maya. So how to get strength? Unless you practice this. Yes? I mean, honestly speaking, when you are coming regularly here in the morning and then going to, do you find yourself in any way disturbed? I doubt. But if you don't come, then yes, once a week, 2 times in 2 weeks, 1 time. All these are risky platform, right? You have to do every day. That's important. You have to realize that. That's why Prabhupada says, if you don't come, don't eat. Why? Why you say like that? because it's unfolding. Even Prabhupada in Kumbh Mela, in Kumbh Mela, where's that? Allahabad. At 80 years old, he was 80 years old at that time, 1977, he went to Kumbh Mela. And he was taking shower at 4 o'clock in the morning. You know how cold it is. The Prabhupada, why? And he was sick. Why are you doing this? If I don't do, then nobody will do. See how he's thinking. You understand? That is a spiritual master. Cold, I mean, listen. Have you ever been? You know how cold it is? You're going this trip, right? Please try to take cold showers in Srinagar. You're going to wear Rishikesh. You try in Rishikesh and see how cold the water is in January, December. Good luck. You understand? That is determination. Hello? No joke. Your body become blue color. Put the water and see a color of your body. So that should be you understand? Discipline. If you push yourself, tapasya, then yes. Have you done? In Singapore, we are having heater, right? Singapore, we are having heater. Hello? No, if you don't have heater, I'll get sick. In fact, you'll get sick if you use the heater. Understand? Spiritual life means surrendering. Animal life means enjoying. You don't do which is which. Your choice. Yes? Correct? You have to associate with people who are doing these things. Then you see that, and then yes, I want to be like this. If you don't have an example, all sleeping, then how you will get inspired? You never get inspired. Correct? So there has to be some motivation, some example. And the person see, I want to become serious. You see, Prabhupada, why you have to wake up at 4 o'clock and take shower like that? Huh? So we learn now. I don't think if Prabhupada can do it, better Correct? Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, he will be in ecstasy all night, huh? And then he hears the conch shell in the Jagannath. Immediately he runs, pours some water, quickly put on and run to that's who? Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Now here we hear the conch shell, double blanket. What? Hello? No, Prabhu, I came 12 midnight. No, Prabhu, so many reasons. Yes, no good reason to wake up. No good. You understand? But if you do wake up, yes, then the Lord will see you. Wow, why don't they just come? That's how it should be. You should work in such a way that the Lord sees you, right? You understand? Not that you plead to the Lord to save you. You should work in such a way that the Lord wants to, is noticed. That should be the mood. Correct? Otherwise, it's pace out, we think everything is all right, it's okay. What is not okay then, like today, the example? No, shelter, I'm an animal, how can I forsake this little animal? No father, no mother, the mother died, blah, 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 blah. Huh? So, and how it degraded. Then I gave you the example of Sridhar Maharaj. He saw. He could have also, no, my son, my child, even more attachment, own child, he gave up. You see the two parallel. So we have to become very detached in that. I'm not saying you leave your family and run away. That's not the solution. You wait and you take direction on the spiritual master. How to practice your Krishna consciousness. That's. All right. I think it's getting late. Anything else? Some more beer? Huh? What? Sleep. Sleeping. Huh? What? Sleep. Huh? This is what happens. Correct? Only in Jagannath Puri I shave, Prabhu. Other places I never shave. Because God is only in Jagannath Puri. Nowhere else is God, correct? Is that right? Tell me. You need somebody to always put your screws on you, otherwise you'll never move. Right? Really move. Never move. That's why we need the Guru. You need one? Ah. Yes? Correct? Nobody will move. Nobody cares. Who cares? Yes, especially you got money. You got what? Buys your independence. Money buys what? Independence. So what? No, who cares? I'll do my own thing. Huh? That's a fact. Understand? So anyway, thank you very much. Stop here. Why is writing in India? So many things here. What is this? Guruji. What is Guruji? Huh? Naveen Sharma. What is this? Who is this guy? Naveen Sharma. They write